Manchester United are sixth at the halfway stage of the Premier League season. United have managed a modest 8 wins and lost only 5 times, but their 6 draws, coming in games which they went 1-0 up in, have kept them outside of the Champions League places. Sign up for the Man United newsletter. Thank you. United have won 8 times this season. Credit, Getty. Amorim has had a mixed first half of the season. Credit, Getty. With the FA Cup United's only realistic chance of silverware and a third-round tie at home to Brighton on the horizon, there is a danger that this could be the earliest that United are assured of a trophyless season since 1988. Here are how Ruben Amorim's players have rated so far. Senne Lammens. United have lost only 2 of the 13 games Lammens has started, and he is yet to drop an outright clanger. His shot-stopping prowess is becoming more striking, and he is generally unflappable when handling the ball under pressure. It has helped that Lammens was an unknown quantity and bought for a reasonable £18.2 million fee. 8. Read more in football. Alte Beindeer. A goalkeeper so dodgy it was a legitimate question to ask why the 39-year-old Tom Heaton was not starting ahead of him. Beindeer committed errors in the defeats to Arsenal and Brentford and was generally unconvincing during his 6-game starting run in the league before he made way for Lammens. 3. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. Diogo Dalot. Until his recall at Crystal Palace a month ago, Dalot was mired in one of his worst runs of form for United. He has since responded well to Ruben Amorim's criticism that he was better in training than in games, scoring a goal and creating a couple more, but he has been under par in the first half of the season. 5. Most read in football. Noussair Mazraoui. Having been ever-present last season, Mazraoui has had a disruptive second season at United with 2 injury layoffs and AFCON duty. His versatility has come in handy, but he has been reduced to the squad player role he was always bound to occupy this term. 4. Harry Maguire. He will forever be fondly remembered by United fans for his winners against Lyon and Liverpool in 2025. The Anfield winner in October is the undoubted highlight of an injury-ravaged season for Maguire, who has been sidelined for almost 2 months. He has completed 90 minutes only twice. 5. Matthijs de Ligt. The Dutchman was an ever-present in the starting lineup until December, and de Ligt has been missed during his layoff with a back problem. The centre-back performed consistently before he succumbed to injury, and de Ligt's added time goal at Tottenham spared United of defeat. 6. Lisandro Martinez. Only returned from a 10-month layoff on November 30th, but captained United to a gutsy Boxing Day win against Newcastle on his first start in almost 11 months. A probable starter when all of the centre-halves are fit. 6. Martinez returned from injury only a month ago. Credit, PA. Aiden Heaven. Went more than 3 months without a start after the Grimsby League Cup debacle before he was suddenly parachuted into the back 3 against West Ham in early December. Heaven struggled so much against Callum Wilson he was substituted at half-time, and he was often at the scene of the crime in the enthralling 4-4 draw with Bournemouth. Recovered admirably against Aston Villa, Newcastle and Wolves. 6. Lenny Yoro. The Frenchman started the first 4 Premier League games and had his name chanted by United fans during his outstanding display at Fulham in August. Amorim's tendency to rotate Euro, he has started 2 games at the most, disrupted his rhythm, though, and he has gone off the boil. Had a particularly galling afternoon against Jean-Philippe Mateta at Crystal Palace. 5. Luke Shaw. Remarkably, one of the most injury-prone United players in recent history has started in all 19 of their league matches. Shaw has performed steadily at centre-back and demonstrated he is still capable at left-back in the Newcastle win. Amorim has stuck with Shaw even with the return of fellow left-footer Martinez. 7. Shaw has been an ever-present for United credit. EPA. Patrick Dorgu. Like Dullet, Dorgu has reacted well to Amorim's criticism since he came back into the starting 11 at Aston Villa on December 21. The Denmark international notched an assist that day, smacked in a stunning winner against Newcastle and had a goal disallowed in the drab draw with Wolves. Before Villa, Dorgu had largely looked out of his depth and was substituted at half-time at Grimsby. 4. Bruno Fernandes. That early season nonsense questioning why Fernandes was playing in midfield is a distant memory now. Amorim could play Fernandes in goal and he would still be United's most creative player. In what is his 6th season with the club, Fernandes' influence is more profound than ever and he remains their best player. 8. Casemiro. He starts but often does not finish games as Manuel Ugarte is such an undependable understudy. Casemiro has chipped in with 4 key goals and he will remain an important player for the remainder of the season. But he is a liability who often gets booked and is eminently gettable as he approaches his 34th birthday. 6. Casemiro is a short-term fix credit. Reuters. United's top scorers in the Premier League. Manuel Ugarte. Until the Newcastle match, Ugarte was United's jinx. He had started 4 games and they had lost 4 times. It is now 6 starts and 1 win. Ugarte is clearly better with a back 4 behind him, yet he struggles to exert any influence when positioned in the 3-4-2-1. At £50.75 million, United had their pants pulled down, again, by Paris Saint-Germain. 3. Kobbie Mainoo. His sole start all season came in the generational nadir at Grimsby and Mainoo has almost always failed to impress when he has come on in the Premier League. Got injured when he seemed likely to end his wait for a league start. His failure to approach Amorim after his half-witted half-brother's t-shirt stunt was a bad look. 3. Mason Mount. Aside from the opening weekend defeat to Arsenal, Mount has played well whenever he has played for United. He has scored 3 good, and key, goals. His play on the ball matches his work rate off it and his influence was growing until injury on Boxing Day. He may be lifting the number 7 curse at United. 7. Mouton has been in fine form credit. Reuters. Bryan Mbeumo. The forward was off colour for a few weeks before he headed off to AFCON, which sullied an otherwise excellent first 5 months at United. Mbeumo is United's top scorer with 7 goals and quickly vindicated their push for Premier League proven recruits to sharpen their attack. Mbeumo has collaborated devastatingly with Amad down the right-hand side, and what was for years the weakest area in the United squad is now possibly their strongest. 7. Matheus Cunha. Guilty of trying too hard in both games against former club Wolves and on his recall in the September defeat at Brentford, but the good has comfortably outweighed the bad from Cunha. Produced some big performances in big wins against Liverpool, Brighton and Newcastle, having got United fans on side with an enterprising debut against Arsenal. He should have more than 3 goals, though. 6. Amad. 2 goals does Amad a disservice. He has made the right-wing role his own, has a telepathic understanding with Mbeumo and has shown why he is the only winger who survived Amorim's cull. Such an ever-present, he had started in all but 2 games before leaving for AFCON and scored one of the goals of the season at Nottingham Forest. 7. Amad and Mbeumo's partnership has made United a better team. Credit, PA, Benjamin Sesko. 2 goals in 16 games for a £73.62 million striker tells its own story. Sesko has a habit of killing chances or not taking chances. His performance level has improved over the last week, but his inability to put the ball between the posts cost United against Wolves, and anyone who leads the line for United is judged on their goal scoring. Rasmus Højlund, Sesko's predecessor, had 3 times as many goals at this stage in his first season at United. 3. Recommended stories. Joshua Zirkzee. It is rare that a player can score, and his halftime substitution causes some fans to cheer. Zirkzee's work rate must give some United fans PTSD of Anthony Martial, and his brief spell as a borderline cult figure is well and truly over. Scored well at Crystal Palace, but Zirkzee is merely a body and one United will offload in 2026, either in the winter or the summer. 3. Ticket plus hotel room for Man Utd games from £155. Get tickets to see Man Utd at Old Trafford with our hand-picked deals. The packages, offered by Sports Breaks, include an official match ticket and an overnight stay in a hand-picked hotel. If you click on a link in this article, we will earn affiliate revenue. Man United home games. The 30th of December. v Wolves, from £155 and 17 pence Jan. v Manchester City, from £225 and 31 pence Jan. v Fulham, from £199. The 7th of February. v Tottenham, from £229 and 28 pence February. v Crystal Palace, from £189 and 14 pence Mar. v Aston Villa, from £199. The 11th of April. v Leeds United, from £204 and 25 pence April. v Brentford, from £179 and 20 pence May. v Liverpool, from £279. The 17th of May. v Nottingham Forest, from £199.